Hello everyone, welcome to segment 2 of episode 4 for Fast Fast Shoot. I'm also playing Chris.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's like, anyway, this segment we're gonna talk about realignment, and we're gonna talk about the Sports Illustrated article that kind of pissed off every hockey fan.
Well, here's the thing with the article. Like, if you got Sports Illustrated, there's something saying how the Blackhawks, their streak saved hockey.
Yeah.
It's a little misleading if you read the article, only because they touch on the article. They touch on the streak and everything, and like the inner workings of it. But mainly, the article is profiling the guys on the team. There's a nice chunk about Kane. There's a nice chunk about Taves. There's a whole part about how they gutted the team after the Cup victory,
right.
And Niemi's gone.
Yeah.
Andrew Ladd is gone. Bufflin is gone. You know, and now they have all these other role players that are fitting into their spots, and they had this big winning streak. They made mention of how when the new ownership took over, Rocky Wirtz after his father,
Right.
for numerous years, home games weren't even aired.
Yeah, they were like, it wasn't even like pay-per-view, like Edmonton does, I think.
Yeah, home games were not aired.
Not on TV at all.
Yes, attendance was bad.
Why was that? Do we know why that was?
I really don't know. I think
got like a czar or something?
The old owner was just horrendous.
Ah.
And once he passed away, I hate to say it, I think it was a good thing for everybody.
Good thing that happened, yeah.
Yes. So, like, the Blackhawks rejuvenated themselves, and people were watching. They've sold out almost 300 games in a row now. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, probably since the... I guess that
a little before the Cup victory.
Yeah.
And it's been crazy. But the article, it says something about how they kind of saved hockey, but it doesn't really define it. It doesn't make sense to me, because they're saying that, all right, the Blackhawks streak was good for hockey and everything. Yes, it was.
Oh, absolutely.
It was great for hockey. But
it doesn't affect someone in New Jersey or New York or Anaheim or Winnipeg.
Yes.
It affects Chicago and the team they play that night.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yes. They were talking about how...
I didn't read the article. I just saw the cover.
Yeah. They were talking about how some fans are holding up a sign in Chicago now, 23 for the Blackhawks, meaning their streak is the only number 23 that matters now. It's like, all right, yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
You do have a bronze statue of Michael Jordan right outside. I get that.
Yeah.
And people tweeting, like LeBron James tweeting about the Blackhawks, which is irrelevant. That doesn't make any sense.
Stephen A. Smith making a complete ass of himself.
Stephen A. Smith.
There's ties in hockey. There's a tie.
Yes, Stephen.
There's a tie.
Yes, go hang out with Dwayne Wade and whatever.
Yeah, go stick to your basketball, please.
But
and yell at Skip Bayless.
Yes. I love Skip Bayless. No, I don't.
No.
But the article contradicted itself when it said something along the lines of how the NHL, since the lockout, like, they've been at like 97% capacity. That kind of contradicts itself, because it said the NHL means
30 teams.
Yes, the fans.
You know why that's 97%? Because a team in Long Island.
Yes, that's true. The Islanders don't draw anymore.
And Phoenix.
And Dallas.
Dallas doesn't draw?
Dallas doesn't draw.
Really?
Yeah. Their arena's empty all the time.
Surprised about that.
Oh, me too. Especially with all the old guys there.
Yeah.
You'll see the oldies. But I think the article kind of contradicted itself from the title, because the Blackhawks didn't really save hockey, especially this season. It was a great story.
Yeah.
But
absolutely, it's a great story.
The fans came back across the board.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I think attendance is up this season.
Completely.
From last season.
Yes.
I mean, the Devils have sold out every game but one.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's that statement right there is enough.
Yeah. Exactly, because the Devils have been the butt of the joke, not drawing and everything.
Yeah.
After their nice run last year, they're drawing.
I mean, that obviously has almost everything to do with it.
Yes. But I mean,
you still got to get the fans in the stands, and
make a
I don't
big run.
think Chicago is the reason that Devil fans are going to Devil games.
Not even close. Yeah. Chicago's not the reason why.
Doesn't affect a single Eastern Conference team because they haven't played each other at all.
Yeah, Chicago's not the reason why Winnipeg sells out every night.
Exactly.
Winnipeg has season tickets sold out for the next 4 years.
4 years.
You know, it's like...
Yeah, it was a 5 year... It was 5 years and like 20 seconds or something like that when they first came back. It was crazy.
Yes.
It'd be interesting to see if they're still there in 5 years. So.
I think they'll be.
I think so too.
But like the Blackhawks, by saying they saved hockey, it's kind of a ridiculous statement.
Yeah.
It's a great story, but now it's over and done with.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
The streak is over. Now everybody's back to normal.
And people are still going to hockey games.
Yeah, people are still going. They're back to their normal things. It was nice to follow, but it's not that they saved hockey. They contributed a little bit to the excitement of it.
To ESPN talking about hockey.
Exactly. Probably in a negative light. But It was good for the game because it got people talking about it. It
Right.
didn't put people in the seats because they were already there.
No,
it just got people talking
gave
about
like
it.
awareness or something. You
Yeah.
know?
So like it's saying these big streaks can happen in the sport that nobody cares about.
Right.
But
So
that's that with that article.
yeah.
Don't read it. It's useless.
You were saying about we were saying about Winnipeg being there. I guess that's a good segue into realignment.
Yeah.
The stupid realignment thing got approved.
It's official.
It's official. There's 4 divisions in 2 conferences.
Correct.
The Western Conference, which I guess we'll call A and B.
Yeah. 2 teams of 7.
2 teams of 7.
Yes.
And then for some asinine reason, it's 16 teams in the East. I mean, I know the reason is 100, almost probably 100% the time zone.
Yes. Absolutely.
But I think it's stupid.
You have a better chance to make the playoffs in the West than you do the East now. For starters.
Yeah, it's an unfair advantage.
Yeah. And it's not a good sign when each conference has a different schedule format. Like the way you play other teams.
Yeah, isn't it like you might be playing your team in your division 5 times and you might be playing them 4 times? Or
Yeah, something like that. It's weird. I mean, granted, you're going to see everybody now. You're going to have a home and home with the team in the other conference.
Which that never really was that big of a.
That was not a big
thing
deal to me.
Like,
No,
I'm okay with them going. I'm okay with the Devils going to like San Jose once, and not seeing San Jose this year, but seeing them next year. I'm okay with that.
I want more.
I want to see the Devils play the Flyers. The Devils play the Rangers.
I want more importance on the division games.
Yes.
I liked it when we had 8 games in the division.
Yes, I love that.
That was
For
great.
like what, 2-3 seasons they had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Just 8 games against your division rivals because those are the teams you're going to be fighting for at the end. And they should make a rule that in March and April you should not be playing a game out of conference.
I'm okay
That's
with that.
what they should make.
And that would increase ratings.
Yes,
That would draw fans to the stands.
because those games mean nothing when you're playing out of conference. I won't say nothing. They
It's
don't
like
mean
you're
as
rooting
much.
for both teams to go to overtime so they both get a point.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. March and April, every game should be within your conference.
Yeah.
Because those are the games those are teams you're fighting against to get in the playoffs. You don't need to, like for the Rangers, they don't need to be playing Colorado on March 22nd. No,
Yeah. Like they don't need to close the season out in like Dallas. You know?
no,
I-
unnecessary.
So I mean, in the Western Conference Division A, you got Anaheim, Calgary, Edmonton, LA, Phoenix, San Jose, Vancouver. In B, you have Chicago, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis, Winnipeg. Division C in the Eastern Conference is Boston, Buffalo, Detroit, Florida, Montreal, Ottawa, Tampa Bay, and Toronto. And Division D is Carolina, Columbus, New Jersey, New York, Philly, Pittsburgh, and Washington. Just chock full of what the fuck.
Well, all this says to me that it's setting themselves up for relocation and/or expansion. Because if you look at the Western Conference, you have the 2 less teams.
Mhm.
So in the Pacific Division, boom, there's your team in Seattle.
There's your Seattle team.
In your Central Division, boom, there's your team in Kansas City. In the Eastern
You think
Conference,
Kansas City? Okay.
well, only because of the time zone thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Then in the Eastern Conference, you got Columbus, boom, relocated to Quebec. You're done. That's what they want. That's the
what you
master
think?
plan. Yes. But I think it's going to come right back down to 30 teams.
Yeah. I mean, that's the old team firing back, and so that Kansas City team.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because the players can vote on this after 2 seasons.
They said 2 seasons.
Yes. Which I think is good. Maybe they'll vote it down and go back to the 3 divisions in each
Let me
conference.
see what the
5
current-
teams each.
I need to get the current alignment right now because I want to see something if what I've been saying would be true.
Probably.
What I'm saying
You're
is
very
true.
intelligent, yes.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
Shut up. Take a compliment.
whatever.
Douche.
What I would like would just pisses me off. What to me would be easiest would be putting put Nashville in the southeast. They're the closest. I mean, and I know Nashville's not in the time zone, correct?
No, Nashville's out of the time.
They're 1 hour.
They're 1 hour. They're
And you were just there,
Central
so-
time, yes.
The
So,
Central time.
Right now
Right.
it is 2:08. It's 1:08 there.
Okay.
So.
Put them southeast. They're southern enough, and they're east enough.
The only problem with that is you're going to have Florida and Tampa bitching again that they got to go out of the time zone. That's why I think you move Columbus. Even though they're not even southeast, it just makes sense only because they're in the time zone.
Well, I mean, moving Columbus, does that really help though?
Swap Columbus and Winnipeg and you're even.
I guess
Everybody,
that's true.
the whole Eastern Conference will be in the time
But
zone.
I mean, Columbus isn't southeast. That's I guess
No.
what I'm going with.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Again, you're looking for the time zone.
Right. So,
So it's a tough call.
I mean, if you did put, if
Don't label it southeast anymore.
what I would do right now. Yeah, right, that's the one thing you could do.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't label it Southeast.
I would
get over the complex.
What I would do is I would put Nashville in the Southeast, put Winnipeg in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Move Minnesota to the Central.
That would work. That would work. I would be in favor of that.
Yeah. You don't, and I mean, I'm glad Detroit's not in the Devils/Rangers conference. I mean, division.
Yeah.
They're in the conference, and I don't like that.
No, I'm not a fan.
I mean, I know Detroit's like on the decline apparently, but
well, that division is stacked with all the original 6 teams. They got 4 of them.
Do they? Yeah, they
4 or 5.
They have Toronto, Montreal, Boston, and
Detroit. Yeah. So
they don't have New York and
the Rangers and
Chicago.
So.
Why did I not remember that?
No, that's a loaded division.
But no, to me, they made this so much harder than it should have been.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to be this hard.
I mean, that's honestly not even the worst part that I'm pissed off about with this whole thing. The playoff alignment is what I'm like. The format is what I'm most pissed about.
I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can explain it.
Good.
Okay, so you're gonna have your 2 conferences.
Yes.
The top 3 division winners automatically get in. So that's 3 and 3.
It's 3 and 3.
So there's 6 teams.
Yes.
Then you have 2 wild card teams. So we're turning into the NFL now. Here we go.
Now, is it going to be like 1-game playoff? Is it still going to be best of 7?
I have no freaking clue.
They're going to reseed? They're not going to reseed.
No. The way it works is
they reseed now.
Yes.
They should fucking leave.
No, they kind of reseed, but it's not. But what they're going to do is then you have your next 2-point total teams, which could mean you can have 5 from one division and 3 from the other, or 4 and 4.
Right.
So then, the top division winner, out of the 2 division winners, the team with the most points plays the last wild card.
1 versus 8.
Yes, essentially. And then you have the next division winner plays the other wild card.
2 versus 7. It was
exactly. It would be 2 versus 7. And then you have the division winners in each division, 2 versus 3, play each other. You know how you have in one Eastern division, you have 1, 2, and 3, the top 3 division winners. The 1 plays the lowest wild card. Like if that one had the highest point total, plays the lowest wild card. The division winners are playing the wild card teams.
Yes.
That's established. 2 versus 3 in the division play each other in a playoff series. So it's back to the old format where it's like a divisional playoff.
Which is kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, but you're going to see a lot of the same matchups.
Yeah. I don't...
That's the problem. I don't know why you can't just do 1 versus 8.
Yeah. I love the 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and so on. You know, that was... The NHL playoffs is the one thing that this sport has done right. Other than the Winter Classic, which I think is their baby.
Oh, the Winter Classic is a great idea.
Yeah.
But don't change the playoff format.
Why are you... Why? Why? I just want to yell, why?
I would be more happy if they decided, you know what, we're just going to do 1 versus 16 out of the West and the East.
Yeah, there you go.
Make ridiculous travel. What the hell? You can have Vancouver.
The Devils are in Vancouver tonight for Game 1.
Yeah, and you can have, Minnesota versus Carolina or something.
So have
that.
no conferences, just have 16 teams.
And come to playoffs. That would make more sense to me than this.
It would show a little bit.
Because it's just, this is going to convolute everything.
I don't like it.
Do
you know if it's still going to be best of 7?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be best of 7.
That's okay. At least that's one positive. You're still going to have your 8 teams make the playoffs, which I think is... I know, like, statistically, isn't it more teams make the playoffs than don't make it? I'm okay with that. I'm more than okay with that.
Well, let me bring you another point here. Say you have one division. Let's just pick the New Atlantic. Okay? Penguins have 120 points. They go off. They have a great season. Then you have Rangers and Devils at like 80-something each. Okay? You go to the other division, you have 5 or 6 teams with 90-plus points.
Right.
Some of those 90-plus point teams are going to miss. Because the 2 80-point teams who are 2 and 3 in the other division automatically get in. You know? That's another thing.
So you're still going to have that problem.
Yeah, you're going to it's going to be bigger, though. It's going to be more magnified.
I think that's why they tried to do the whole wild card thing.
Yeah, but the wild card is still the teams remaining with the most points.
Yeah.
But they're going to get a lower seed. If you think about it, they're going to be considered wild cards when they have more points than the top 2 of the top 3 division teams.
Like let's say if Pittsburgh gets to 90, you said, and then the Devils and Rangers are in 80. And then
everybody else is in the 90s in the other conference.
Like Boston, Buffalo, Detroit are all 90s.
Yeah.
They will still make it, though, wouldn't they?
But
because they have the higher points.
It's about the seeding, though.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like you're going to have 90-something points and be a wild card when you have more points than these two automatic teams in the 80s.
So, I mean, that problem's always going to be there, but
it's more magnified this time.
I love having 3 divisions.
Yeah.
I love having 2 conferences. I love having it being 15 on each side.
It's fine.
I love having awarding you for winning your division, you get home ice. The top 3 teams.
Yeah.
I think that's I don't care if I like that it's the top 3 teams too. Like I know like 1, 2, 3, it could be like 110 points, 90 points, 73 points, just to make a really rash example. Let's say Winnipeg wins their division with 70, like I don't know, 82 games season, like 73 points somehow. I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
And then let's say New Jersey's 4th and they have like 96 points, and they're still 4th seed, even though having more than the 3rd seed. I like that.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I think they can take a page out of the NBA playbook with that, because in the NBA, if you're that 3rd division winner and the number 4 seed has more points, the 4 seed can jump you.
They can.
But that division winner can't finish no lower than 4th. You know what I mean?
Okay, I can.
You can get rewarded for having more points than another division
But
winner.
what if a 5th team has more points?
No, the 5th team is irrelevant.
It's just the first team?
Yes. It's just the first team.
First come, first serve.
Yes, exactly. If you are, out of the 5 remaining teams in the playoffs, you have the highest point total and it's higher than that 3rd division winner, you can leapfrog them.
I guess that makes sense.
It makes sense, but the NHL, why fix it?
Yeah.
It's fine. The playoffs are the best thing that they have.
Yeah, I mean, you have other people who don't watch hockey at all watching the NHL playoffs.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And
I
mean, maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe it's not going to be as bad, but I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be
bad.
I think it's going to be a disaster.
We don't know until it actually happens.
Right.
I'm not looking forward to it.
No,
but
not at all.
We have to accept it since it got put into play.
Yeah. So
we could look a few years down the road and hopefully
they revisit it in 2 years.
No, we don't want this anymore.
Yeah. Go back to what we had.
That would be fine. Or just go back to 24 teams. That's it. Done. 4 divisions of 6. Beautiful.
I think expansion comes before retraction.
It's going to, but I don't think it should.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't think they should expand.
You're gonna get a team in Kansas City. That's gonna happen. You're gonna get a team in Quebec. That's definitely gonna happen. I think you're gonna get a second Toronto team or Toronto area somewhere in Ontario.
Vegas wants one.
Do they really?
That's
That'd be interesting.
No.
You wanna like it?
No sport team should. No professional team.
I've always wanted to see one.
You
know, with the XFL, the Las Vegas Outlaws.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It's interesting, but it's gonna bring up a lot of problems with the betting hotbed over there in Las Vegas.
Who cares? They'll make more money.
I just think
just keep Pete Rose out of hockey. We'll be fine.
No, hey, it's a different topic for another day.
I think that's where we're gonna leave this segment.
I like Pete Rose. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be. So should Barry Bonds, but we're a hockey show.
No. Barry Bonds cheated. No. Pete Rose didn't. He never bet on his own team.
But the Hall of Fame is a museum.
What's that?
The Hall of Fame is a museum.
They put a needle next to his name. Next.
I think we're gonna leave that segment for right now, unless you got something else to throw down.
I hate Barry Bonds. That's it.
All right, so that's the end of segment 2. We'll see you guys over at section 3.